right, so new video. This is the start of the new day, new month, new week, or new new day, new week, new month. So the last time I did a video, it was here on the 25th. We had just started the new week. We had the nice break. It was a little bit later after the start, but we had not had a nice breakout. We had a 2 above a 1 above the 9. We still have this area that we haven't come back and retested. Doesn't necessarily mean that we have to come back and retest it, but so we had this breakout, and then after that was this a little bit more than an 8% move. We kind of went sideways. We had a 9. We kind of we retested that area, and then we finally broke out from that on the 30th on Friday, and then we came back and we've retested it, the area. So this rally in price all the way down from say 30,000. This was 10 consecutive days of upside. The previous record was 12, or the record is 12. I don't know what the percent change in those 12 days were. But I mean, this was 10. We didn't quite get to 12, but that's okay because we had good price action. Because down here, I mean, everybody was just, Bitcoin's going lower. We're gonna get in the mid 20s. I kind of didn't think that. I mean, I was neutral to bullish, only because the start of this week we had this rally. We hit this 9, we came down, and then we found, massive support. It hit all those target areas that I was talking about on the way up. We took out the 30 MA on the daily here. There was other areas that I had marked on my charts that we took out. We flipped it to a red 1. That in itself was huge because we had the 9 and then we retested it with the green 1, and then now we were the short term didn't quite close above the intermediate, so you kind of would have waited, but I actually kind of added to my position on Tuesday of last week, and then maybe a little bit more on Friday. But I like this rally. Do I think this is maybe like a bear trap? I mean, a bull trap that we could, have a false breakout. I don't think that's happening because I don't think we hit the top for this cycle. So I think this is a recovery. We can see that the Bitcoin hash rate has started to recover. Whenever we had the China band, I had said it, that I think that was like a mid market capitulation, something similar to whenever the miners capitulate, whenever price usually crashes on the tail end of the cycle before the next, before the following halving, where miners capitulate. It happened in 2018, happened in 2015. So here's 2018 miner capitulation. I don't think this chart has it all the way back to 2015. I could bring up another chart, but or you can check it yourself. But there was capitulation there too. So here's mining hash rate. The 7-day moving average is going up. I think the 30 days also starting to trend up. So we're getting, we had this resistance area that broke out. There was another thing I was talking about. I was talking about Bitcoin dominance. Now, Ethereum has a hard fork coming up on the 4th is when I think it's going to deploy, or they're going to try to deploy it. Bitcoin dominance was actually going up, and I really liked that it was going up because I felt as price fell with the minor capitulation in Bitcoin, we were getting capitulation in the alts. People rotating out either back into Bitcoin or into fiat or just their stable token of choice. I mean, you can do some analysis there to see exactly where those flows were going, but as Bitcoin dominance was going up, I was getting more and more bullish. I would like to see it back over 50 in order for us, I think, to get a sustained run. I didn't say that I didn't think we were going to start to recover until hash rate started to recover. That happened. And then also another thing was I was looking at the GBTC premium. And so we closed the week at, we had been below 10 for the longest. We had been at 10 or below it for the longest. Here we kind of were at -5, but we finally have gone back above -10. So the premium gap is closing, and I think that's very bullish for Bitcoin. I think it would eventually go back to It'll go back to it'll go back to zero. The premium will be the GBTC price will match Bitcoin as far as the way that trades and how many shares are in a GBTC share. So I think it'll meet par. It'll go back up to zero, and then I think we'll start to get a premium again. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? So yeah, we retested the 9 area. I can take this off. I can pull up Bitcoin dominance because, like I said, it was going up, and then it kind of faded here. All right, so it went as high as almost 50. 49.18, and then it kind of faded down. So, I mean, yeah, there's a 9 here, it retested. It's obviously having resistance here around 50. There'll be resistance here again at 52 if you're just trading this based off of, TD sequential. But let's see, there's a 9 here, or okay, there is a 9 that didn't get retested. I must have added this rather far back. Yeah, back here is when I probably added it, back in June. So I can take that off my chart because, oh look, there's a 9 here that it didn't, oh no, that's not what I wanted, or it didn't back test with a green number. So I can put that back there too. I mean, this could be an area where alts pull the dominance all the way back down to like 44, and then we get some sort of market pullback. I haven't compared the Bitcoin dominance with pullbacks yet, but there could be something there. Not saying there is, but there could be. All right, so what do I think is going to happen? Our moving averages are starting to go up. If we can get some good price movement back to, we can get a daily close above the prior week's high. I mean, this was bullish in itself. This was bullish because we were above the 2-week high. This is even more bullish because we almost knocked out the high here at 41, 322. We didn't, we closed, I guess right at 40. So on a weekly, you could probably say, hey, 40 is still acting as resistance. On the daily, yeah, we closed above it, but we probably need a weekly close above 40, preferably above, say, 41.5. And then even better would be, say, 42.5, above 42.6 would be nice. This is kind of matching up with our Fibonacci here at 41.3. So anything that takes out this high and this high would be extremely bullish. Most likely bring us up to this next mid-40s. I mean, it's just steps, right? I mean, it's nice to say, okay, I'm at 42,000, and then I'm going to go to 46. That's, around a 10% move, but that would be good price action because rather than get a massive, huge candle, if we can get these movements and this recovery out of this drop, that's what we want to see. We want to see slow price action, accumulation, support areas, so we can, take out previous all-time highs and then really start to move and then start to form. Oh, I didn't want to move that. Start to form resistance and support areas higher. Because you can see here, I mean, went sideways, finally broke out. We had the dip, the COVID dip, and then sideways, finally broke out and went higher. So I that's what I hope we see here. There's still opportunity to buy. These moving averages aren't above the long-term moving average, which means you're probably not going all in until we're above at least another 10 to 20% higher, say 10 to 15% higher, and we get some good support areas. So if we trade in channels for a little while, I'm actually okay with that. That'd be some good price action, sideways accumulation, and then we can move higher with better support. Meaning that if we can move higher with better support, we won't have such deep, have such a deep pullback whenever we do pull back again. Where that's going to be from, I'm not sure, but I think it'll be higher than the previous all-time high, and I think that'll happen sometime this year. And some other things to go over. I mean, gold looked really good last week, or it started to. It hit a 9. This candle here looked relatively good. We're getting all the moving averages converging, which means our Bollinger Bands are probably compressing a little bit. They are, but what's the Bollinger Band width? Because that's going to show small. Yeah, so our volatility is definitely going down in gold, which could indicate that we could see a move, a larger move. Yeah, even on the daily, it's definitely condensing. So we could see a larger move soon. Like I said, it looks strong. Even here, look like we're going to break out above this 9. We didn't quite get it. I think as soon as gold closes above, say, if we can get a close above 1835, that'll probably get us. That'll be enough momentum, I think, to get us up to these, 1900. Not to previous all-time highs, but at least to 1900. What else? Oh, Amazon took a hit last week. They had decent earnings, but I think they hit pretty much all the expectations, but not. I'd have to look again. I'm not, I think they hit on some and they missed on others. We had a breakout of this channel. It looks like we're back in this channel. We'll see how that goes. There's a 9 here that didn't get retested. I can mark that here. Let's see what our CMF looked like. Yeah, so it didn't look great. We're getting bearish divergence on that. I think our RSI was not, I don't think it was overbought. Yeah, but there's still bearish divergence on the daily. Same thing. So, I mean, I guess you could have made the argument that a pullback was possible, but if you would have just went off the chart pattern, you would have said that probably wouldn't have happened until it hit, right around 4,000, but happened before that. Earnings, like I said, I think they hit on some, they missed on others, but we're back within this channel. We'll see. That's like a false breakout. We'll see what happens the following week. I probably wouldn't be too worried if you had a position in Amazon, unless it broke below this like 31.27, and then maybe this wouldn't even matter. This 3,000 would probably go all the way down to like 2,700, which could bring it from the closing prices here. That would be like, that's not what I wanted to do. 18% drop or another 10% drop. We'll see. What else? We can just look at the S&P itself, or SPX. There's not going to be any CMF data on this. Yeah, we're going to be on a 9 next week. Unless it closes below 43.69. There was a 9 that didn't get retested. We are having some bearish divergence. We could see maybe a little small market pullback. Yeah, there was a 9. We retested that 9. I know that they were talking about an infrastructure bill last week. I think they got put on the back burner until Congress resumes. I think they're on break until the 6th. So, what else? Really nothing else. I mean, we can look at Tesla. I think Tesla actually had, so on the daily, closed above the 9. I think the weekly, they also had earnings last week. Weekly's getting stopped out. You can see that the sturdy weekly is resistance. Moving averages came up. You could probably have opened a position here. If you, had opened the position here, you really went sideways for about a month and a half, and with the potential breakout, where's the next area of resistance? Most likely here, which is like another 10% move about. Yeah. And then you would be targeting all-time highs for a larger breakout. Where that could be, as of right now, not sure, but if you're in a Tesla, so you're getting some massive bearish divergence. We can look at the CMF and see if that matches. Because you want breakout on the CMF. Yeah, it's matching here. Oh, that kind of went down with price. Yeah, it's kind of just moving down with price. Daily, we're caught in this channel on the CMF. We really need to get some momentum. And if we can get the momentum past 0.14, 0.15 on the CMF. Most likely going to go over bought here. I mean, I like this close. Next week could be a decent week for Tesla. Maybe we could get a 10% move next week. Could be. Yeah, we'll see. We could get it. We could get a move above the 30 MA. We could get an 8 to 10% move and then close below it. But we'd have to see how price action develops through the week. So I think that's it. I look back at Bitcoin. I think we're on the daily. It was nice to see it close above 40, but on a weekly time frame, we're still below 40. We needed to close above that, I think, to get larger moves to the mid 40s. So we need to close above 40 on the weekly time frame to get another 10 to 15% move up to the mid 40s. That could take a couple of weeks. Hash rate starting to recover, which is good. I think that's all I got to say. If there's any questions or want me to look at any other, stock, or equity, you can leave that in the comments. But thanks for watching.